Got some, by the way.
All right, we're live. This is the
We're live. This is the
Seekers podcast for
podcast for
May 26th,
May
2024.
26th, 2024.
Here to answer any of your questions.
Question.
All righty. We'll just start with the panel and move around and introduce everybody. And I'm Wendell Hurricane Burris. I'm one of the founding members of the Folklore Bigfoot Investigations. The Seeker podcast here is my co-host is Neil. He's got his camera off right now because having a little bit of technical difficulties. But we'll just work our way around. Barry, you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Barry Preston Robinson. I'm in Keelat, Kentucky. Good to see everybody. God bless you.
Awesome.
Oh, okay. Dale. You done? Okay. I'm Dale Bullock. I live up here in Heber Springs, Arkansas. I don't know. I've been kind of like a tag along that goes on all these trips with these guys. I'm really loving it, and looking forward to this next one we have. I guess that's it. How about you? Who's next? BC, you here?
BC,
yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, BC Davis. I cover primarily White County, Arkansas, situated in the cultural epicenter of Arkansas, that, of course, being Bald Knob.
Yep.
So, anyway, glad to be here. Hope everybody's doing well. Wendell, you getting any storms up your way?
Well, they've been all around us. Praise the Lord. Everybody's been praying, I guess. But I had one. I seen a tornado go probably a mile from my house. We watched it go all the way across. But so far, everything's missed. So praise the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
How about your way?
Had a low-hanging wall cloud about 9 miles from here. It wasn't rotating, fortunately. But here we've been really blessed this year because our tornado siren hasn't went off once. And I can't remember a spring where that's been the case, but it hasn't went off. They do set it off Wednesdays to test it, but aside from that, hadn't been on.
All right. Well, praise the Lord. All right. Trying to get.
Any of y'all see the aurora, the northern lights here a couple weeks ago?
Oh yeah, that was amazing.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see it either.
Somehow, Neil, we got an echo.
Okay, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we can still hear you.
I have an echo.
There's a wicked echo coming.
Let me try something. I may have to disconnect and reconnect. Let me try something.
All right.
Real quick, I did forget one thing. I got Mama here with me.
Hey, Mom.
Howdy.
It's the birthday girl.
Yeah,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Woo! How old did you say you was? 37?
29?
29?
She's quit trying to marry me off. Now she's just trying to get rid of me by getting me shot.
Oh, no.
She's trying to get me messing with married women, and if she can't marry me off, she's just going to get me shot and get rid of me.
Oh. Nah.
I told her not to be doing that online. You don't even know if they're women to begin with.
Yeah, nowadays, they may just be identifying.
You never can tell. Has anybody else been getting all them crazy messages?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I had one today. Lives up in Erlanger, Kentucky. Said first time she messaged me, I told her I was in church, and I told her I was at Mom's birthday party. A while ago, she asked me where I was located. I said, "Why are you asking?" I guess you'll finally figure out I ain't interested. But
yeah,
I'm getting to that age that wheels start falling off anyway.
Yeah, know all about that.
Well, you ain't seen nothing yet. When they start putting new wheels on you, that's when you have a problem.
Yeah. New lines and veins in, ain't that right, Dale?
Yeah, them things still hurt. Let me tell you, sting like the dickens.
Hmm.
Oh,
Well, all my problems ain't physical so far; they're mental. But I will say that to anybody watching: if you got a mental health problem, get help. Don't bottle it up like I did. At 2 different occasions, that almost cost me my life keeping it all in.
Mm.
Only by God's grace, I picked up a gun that was unloaded, and I don't leave unloaded guns laying around. So where them bullets went, I do not know. And the
God
second time,
knows.
I swallowed enough pills to choke a horse, and they didn't even make me sleepy.
Yeah, God was had his hands on you.
He's got a purpose for me. He wants me still around for a reason, apparently.
Right.
But there's other people out there that's got this problem. I don't want to see anybody go through it thinking that they're the only one, or I'm willing to listen if nobody else will. Like I said, demons are real inside and outside your head.
Definitely. You've had some storm damage a little bit around you there, hadn't you, Barry, today?
We
You're
had
on
a
the
pretty
generator, ain't you?
good sized tree limb down right across the road from the house. The power's out. We're on a generator right now. If that thing holds out for one night, it'll pay for itself.
Right.
I
Awesome.
thought I might regret spending all that money on it, but sitting here with the lights on, I ain't regretting anything right now.
They're supposed to get power back on about 12.
I see you're back, Neil. You got the sound like the echo's fixed.
Yeah, I ended up having it. I originally had it set up through a Bluetooth in my car, but I ended up having to disconnect from it. Go ahead and try something different. So I'm going through a set of headphones right now. Can y'all hear me okay?
That fixed it. So you
Did it?
can
Okay, good.
I'll just let you go ahead and introduce our meet and greet, and you got all the close information there. So just go ahead and tell everybody about it.
All right. My name is Neil Huff. I'm reporting live from Redding Campground in Cass, Arkansas. In July, we are going to be having a meet and greet here. I said I would love to see us take this place over. I think everybody ought to come in here, spend $15 per night to take one of the campgrounds here for 24 hours. And it comes with a shower and a bathroom it's for the whole entire campground to use. It is right on the Mulberry River. It is beautiful here. I mean, beautiful. I will send some pictures to Wendell for him to be posting on the internet sometime today.
Awesome.
And I will definitely be showing people around. Anybody that's new, that's never come to any of our investigations, we may be going around and taking a look at everywhere that I've been looking. Places I've never even took the cartel to. I'm thinking about taking everybody. So if y'all want to have a different kind of experience and make it a full, pretty much fulfilled two-day trip or a 2-day journey, we can definitely have some fun with it. So come on, hang out with us.
Sounds good. I remember that's July 13th and 14th. That's a Saturday and Sunday. Our scheduled arrival, I'm sure some might get there. Neil might get there earlier or whatever, is 10 a.m. But that's when we're scheduled to be there.
I'll probably be here early, a day or two early. I'm going to be probably setting up a bunch of mock camps throughout the all my research areas. That way, whenever everybody comes in, we don't have to sit there and spend all the time we burn up time setting up a camp or setting up a project or something. I'll have it all put together and started. I'm also going to try to put some maps together. That way, if everybody decides to break off into groups, we have an idea where everybody's camps will be at. I suggest, encourage bringing some GoPros, chargers, batteries, definitely flashlights, lots of flashlights. If you got more flashlights you have, the better. You can never have too many flashlights. And definitely
Neil, does
You know.
does those campsites have electrical plug-ins?
No, sir, they do not. But over at the bathrooms where the shower is, they do have a plug inside where if you need to charge your cell phone or use a air compressor to air up a mattress or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
there is power inside. But as far as actually pulling up a camper to these campgrounds, no, there is not. Now, if you go up the hill to a place called Mulberry Mountain Lodging. Now they have camping up there that you can pull your RV into if you want to, and
Yeah.
they actually have pay sites. They're more expensive, but there is some up there though.
Yeah, I looked at the videos on all that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of places to show everybody.
Yeah. Well, I'll have my inverter and everything with me. You know, if we're down there, we need somebody to charge without having to go all the way up to the camp, the shower places.
I finally got mine all redone too. I'll have my inverter there, and I finally, because I kept having battery troubles and this and that, and having good jumps and everything. So I solved that problem. I took me one of them 18-wheeler batteries and put on my car. I got enough. I got enough juice to run anything I want to run now.
Huh.
Yeah, I got tired of that.
is Kim and Jonathan coming?
Yeah, they said they was. I talked to them one day this week. I talked to Kim, and they was gonna be there. They wanted to know about the campsites or whatever. How we'll know. I said, well, Neil will hook us up wherever he's gonna be camping. We'll try to get around all the area where he's at, so or where he wants us.
If I could have an idea of how many campsites that I need to get my hands on, I'll come in here in a couple of days in advance and just be sure that I'll squat on them if I have to. I know it sounds sad, but if I get an idea of how many people is going to show up and how many people is, because some people's going to want their own campsite, some people's probably going to want to share a campsite. There's in each campsite there's a spot for 2 different cars. And there's also parking over by where the swimming hole is, which is over. It's like all walking distance. There's actual a loop. If you ever look at the map of the Mulberry River, you'll look through there and you'll see Redding Recreational Campground, and there's like a loop inside there right off of the Mulberry River. That's where the campgrounds are at, and that loop has probably got maybe it's probably got 15 campsites in it total, maybe 20 at the most.
Do they allow pets up there?
Yes.
Okay.
I bring my kids all the time up there, so yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, I didn't know if I was going to have to get a babysitter or not.
No, it'd be all right.
Okay.
Bring them up here. Bring a critter. Critter's welcome. Yeah, there's trails here. There's actually trails that go right off the campsites that just take off right into the woods. Like there's hiking trails. You can take off on a bicycle through there. There's the Mulberry River. There's people swim through there all the time. There's kayaking, rafting, swimming. Yeah, there's places you can ride your bicycle. I mean, showers. There's bathrooms here. I mean, $15 a night and $3 for a day use. You really can't beat that. It's a lot cheaper than shelling out a lot of money to, rent out a cabin or something. So
I was impressed with that. The way they said they had Wi-Fi on it top of every one of the shower stations. I think that is awesome.
Yeah, they ain't got Wi-Fi here. I wish they did.
I got a notification now. We've reached a milestone where we got 6 viewers at the same time. We've had 5 before where they'd switch in and out in different viewers, but 6 viewers since we started. So, hey.
Okay. So, something I'll say is right across the campsite from me is a gentleman that it was nice enough to come over and bless me with some firewood. And as a couple of minutes before I was logging on and getting the phone set up, I told him I was about to do a podcast and it was about Sasquatch. I said if he was bored and wants something to listen to, he could listen to us. So he may be tuning into us.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
And if you're listening to us, you're welcome to come to this next investigation in July. We're going to be here.
Yep.
Definitely come and check us out. We're fun. We like to have a good time. So
the 12th, the day before this, I'm be down closer to Barry's or BC's area. I'm gonna be in Paragould. How far are you from Paragould, BC?
Oh gosh, probably about a 2-hour drive.
All right, well it's further on than what I thought, but I'm gonna be at Paragould at the paranormal convention over there.
Oh, how long does that last?
It's a whole weekend, but I'm just going that Friday. And then the Saturday, I'm going to Reading for our Bigfoot deal.
Where you all got room to set up camps? You said you thought about maybe setting up one away from the others as a bait camp for actual Sasquatch.
yeah, actually, in some of the research areas, Area 1 and Area 2 especially would be the perfect locations to set up a mock camp. But also, too, where I had the rock thrown at me, the one I got on video, there is a camp at the bottom of that curve that I actually thought about going in there and setting up something. Whenever the eclipse happened, I was up there, and there was a little bit of activity that was going on during the eclipse that was going on. So I'm definitely thinking that it may not be a bad idea to go in there and throw up a little something, throw up some recorders and see what happens. Take my chances.
See what activity comes into that camp there, camera wise too. If it's anything like what me and Dale had at Area 2, he'll definitely get something. I wish we'd had them. We had the game cameras out and away. We should have had them right at camp. Well, we would have if Jonathan had his system there, but the only deal with that is that infrared light, and that may be running them off. They might have not even showed up that Saturday night if we'd had that, but it definitely records everything around camp. His system does.
Mm-hmm. Well, they sure stayed away from that camera I had pointed down that road.
Yeah. So.
They stayed just out of range of it.
But yeah, that'll definitely be a good weekend, and we encourage everybody to come out. If you're just interested in the subject, you don't have to be a firm Bigfoot believer. Just come and have some fun, and I'm sure you'll hear some good encounters and stories, and you never know. Even at Reading, all the area around there, there's Sasquatch activity that comes close to it and everything. So, Robert Taylor was up here at Devil's Fork here by us a weekend or so ago, and he's going to come back up there. He looked at an area there, and I told him where they'd had activity, so he's going to be camping there off and on this summer, and he's going to keep us informed if anything happens there. That'll be good.
Yeah. Well, I might actually sleep in a tent in this one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might.
This would be one that I would be comfortable sleeping in a tent in.
Yeah.
So if that's what you're wanting to do, if you want to feel safe, yeah, this would be a place you'd be safe doing that at.
I swore I'd never do that again, but I might just do it.
Yeah, here I think you'd be all right to do it. Yeah, and thing about it is right down one of these trails off out in the woods, Wendell, is a good little hike, but it ends up at a cemetery.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. We'll say the cemetery on top of it. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, I know your camp's going to be at. Oh man.
Boy.
But yeah, if you got kids, bring your kids. Bring some bicycles. Bring some swimming trunks. Bring some floaties. Bring a rubber ducky, whatever it is.
You all probably can't see it on the camera. The back light sensor motion light's going off.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Got Got to be something because y'all's power is off. So that's just the
Well, it's
solar.
solar powered.
Yeah, right. But that's what I mean, and everything else is off. So whatever's out there is probably thinking, well, I can get up there close tonight. The lights are off.
I didn't even think about that. It will be good and dark.
Yep.
Now I'm like you all. I've got the trail cams way out down over the hill, so it makes sense they'd be right in the backyard tonight.
Yeah, that's kind of where we was that night. Well, let's talk to BC here. You got anything that's happened over in your area or off of your sightings group? You want to plug it and let us know?
Well, yeah, I do have a Facebook page. It's sightings in parentheses. It has Northeast Arkansas because that's the area I focus on. So if anybody's interested, just pop in, join up, whatever. Larry and his wife were at the lake here, I'm guessing last Tuesday. It was around 8 p.m. and he said that he heard a scream coming out from the woods. And as you know, that's a local hot spot.
Mm-hmm.
And a farmer that I know has told me about hearing some strange things in the woods. He was the one that said that there was something whistling for his dogs.
Wow.
Off in the woods at night. And he said that, I think he said one was wanting to go out there, but the others were getting back in the house and they didn't want nothing to do with it, whatever it was. Matter of fact, it was when the three-toed prints were found, that's only like from his house, maybe 3/8 of a mile.
Really?
And yeah, he said that several times when he's been out farming, he'll stop at night or whatever. He said he just gets that feeling he's being watched. So I'm going to suggest to him that maybe he might want to put GoPros maybe on the back of his tractor or something like that. Maybe he'll catch something.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
And
rear face.
Go ahead.
I just said anything videotape like that that's rear facing is good.
Yeah, and not crypto related, but I have seen some UFOs lately. One was I don't know, about 2.5 months ago. I was outside with a cousin. I was just looking up at the stars and I saw something up there darting around. No way that was an aircraft. I mean, that thing was moving very erratically and all over the place. And then I think 3 weeks ago yesterday, a friend of mine come down from Batesville. He likes to train watch. This was in the middle of the day on a Saturday, clear blue sky. And I looked up because he said, hey, look at that UFO. And it was the moon, but I just happened to be looking up in that area. And it was, I guess, an aircraft. And it made like a tight, almost like an oval around a football field. It just took around and went back the other way and it just disappeared. And then that same day, I mean, I was seeing glints of silver, metallic, something. And I saw several of them. Now, okay, yeah, they could have been aircraft, but that many, I mean, must have been, I'm guessing, approximately a dozen. And I'm seeing them and I can't make any sense of it. And then another time I saw something small moving, dark, and it was moving. Then all of a sudden, gone. No idea. No sounds, no sonic booms, no engine sounds of any kind, whether it be prop driven or jet. And I just looked up and I'm like, what in the world? And it just made this tight, flat circle and it was gone. I can't explain it, but this is also a UFO hotspot. So for anybody listening, if you like UFOs, yeah, well, we got them here. Yeah. And cryptids.
Yeah, it seems to be a conjunction place or wherever everything's moving through, from dogmen to UFOs to Bigfoot sightings, and you got it all.
Well, in that one picture that we took there in November of 2022, there's something that's looking at the camera with its mouth open, and it does not look like a Bigfoot or a dogman.
Yeah.
It looks, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, grayish, whitish color.
Yeah, that white thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that thing almost looks reptilian. I'm not saying it's a reptilian, but I'm saying it looks reptilian. It's like we walked up on a, I don't know, company picnic or, staff meeting. I don't know, because there's at least, I'm guessing, well, there was the alien and the Bigfoot in that. So there's at least 3, maybe 4 types of cryptids in that one picture.
Yeah, and then the kicker on that, then we went back this time and going to do our investigation there full scale, and the whole place is leveled. Huge trees just piled up for no reason.
Yeah.
And it looked like they cut them and took them for logging. They just cut them and piled them up.
Yeah, now that's not unusual for that area, but we had those sightings, and then that whole area, I think 100 or 200 acres is cleared out. So, but like I said, it's not unusual, but it just seems a little coincidental.
Right. That's what
that it happened in that same spot. So I don't know, that might, I'm wondering, or of course this is speculation, that other people had reported sightings, and maybe the powers that be decided we need to clear that off and get them away from people.
Exactly.
Because where they were at, if you recall, that was only like 200 or 300 yards north of the end of the road where people would launch boats.
Mm-hmm.
So coincidence, maybe.
Coincidence, odd. The same way with our area at Sillamore. Both the areas where we know and recorded and let out a little bit general area where we was at. That's our Bigfoot areas was burnt. Yeah, force they do that, but it was odd that it's the time that we was going to be there and they burn it just right then. It's just coincidental. And a side note on that is that since they've burnt these areas, we've getting reports from outside of it, around Mountain View and around the North Sillamore unit. We're getting videos and stuff. Even during the solar eclipse, a lady recorded. They was up there camping to watch it and ended up recording something. I don't know. We've had several people that's we communicate with says, "Oh, that's got to be a bear," but I even cropped the video out and blowed it up, and it's sure the weirdest bear I ever seen to have a butt like that and an arm that's swinging. So anyway, that just goes to prove that when they burn it, it moved everything out and away. So they're looking for new areas and stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry I interrupted. My bad.
Looking good, Neil.
Good video and everything out there of the campgrounds and everything. Got a fire going.
We're about to push our limits, boys. Guess what? I'm about to walk off in this trail in the dark, or it's about to get dark. So y'all just bear with me. I'm going to keep my microphone off. So I always push my button. I always push this. And there's so many people here. I don't see any. I seriously doubt it. But if anything, it'd be some hikers. But sometimes there's a lot of birds that hang around up there in those tree tops up there. And first time I ever come out here, like right at dark, and they all started bouncing around, scared the fire out of me. I was ready to bolt it.
It looks like a good area for us to all camp out and have a good time. And
yeah, that the camp that I've got, it's right on one of the trails. There's like 3 or 4 different campsites. It's got trails coming off of it that go different directions.
Before I forget, do any of y'all have any like photo software? If I sent you a picture that we were just talking about, if you could run through some filters, you might be able to pick out more stuff.
I got some pretty good software.
Okay, Dale, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
And just see what you can find. I mean, maybe there's some more stuff in there. It looks like there could be, but then again, maybe not. But at least like for you to have a look at it.
Yeah, I'll send it to Wendell too. Wendell's look like.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some too.
All right, good. I'll send it to both of you and just, I don't know, What do y'all think of that Dogman video?
I like that.
As yeah. Point blank, yeah, that's point on, yeah.
Yeah, the way that foot bent and the ankle. I mean, there's no way. I don't believe a dog can do that, and I know a human can't do that. I mean, that thing it would just snap the wrist.
I wonder if it's possible for a monkey, some kind of primate, to do it.
Oh boy. I mean, you can't discount that, but when it stood up, or one of them, you could see it briefly. Like some of the pictures and drawings I've seen of Dogman, where they've got that almost like porcupine quills along the back,
Mm-hmm.
that you can definitely see that. So, I don't know. Again, I thought it was pretty dang interesting. But my cousin's like, well, why would they be on all fours going along the ground? I'm like, well, why wouldn't they? You know, dogs are on all fours, and that one, it stood up totally erect like a human. Definitely not an ape, because they don't stand straight up like that. They've always got that bend in their knees.
Anybody know of Keith D. Black?
What?
A guy named Keith D. Black.
I don't.
It says he's from Iowa, and he wants to know if message me if I'm back home now and from their conference. And I'm thinking to myself, hey, I wasn't at their conference. I don't know who that is or what's going on about that. I don't know. Yeah,
Maybe he was at the conference that all this was at, down in that last one all this went to. Maybe he's talking about that conference.
Maybe here in Arkansas, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm going to go down to Tallahena on the 30th.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to bring up. Anybody that there and wants to contact any Dale there, he'll be our representative. I wanted to go, but they scheduled me to work because I'm off tomorrow. So, you got to steal some of our cards or anything, Dale, or do I need to stop and get some?
Yeah, I've still got some.
Okay. Anything you want to say about that?
What's that? The conference?
Yeah.
It looks like there's going to be some pretty good speakers there. That Mike Carey, I think his name is. Robert Kreider will be there. Ken Gerard will be there.
Shane Church will be there from Southern Bigfoot Alliance.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to it. I have a lot different plans than I did last year. I've actually got me a real hotel to stay in instead of that place I was at. Oh boy, I was expecting to get robbed all night long, so it was one of those kind of places.
Well, that's good. Hope you have a good time and make some contacts and everything.
Yeah.
We lost BC somewhere. He faded out. Uh-oh.
I think Neil's getting in the dark now. Yeah, show your face every once in a while so we'll know it's not a Bigfoot carrying your camera around.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you hear me squalling, you'll know.
Oh yeah, that's like that one night when we was doing the podcast and that up here on the Cattering, whatever that was, come by. That made me go in a hurry. I ain't been back.
Here's where this is where all the structures start. I'm all interested.
Oh yeah. Got some light with you. back, you'll be in trouble.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I better start heading back. Good point.
Speaking of contacting UFOs, we've had some strange lights up here recently.
Nah, you talking about UFOs. I'm heading back.
Well,
The
you
first
might be
time, like I said, my condition is called, where'd it go? I would lose a piece of paper it's on. I've got a condition as long as my arm. Severe recurrent major depressive disorder with psychotic features with anxious distress. So in short, I see and hear things that ain't really there. But anyway,
So they
now
say.
half the time I don't know if what I'm looking at's real or not. But the night I had my major meltdown, I watched out the window something right above the tree line on the ridge across from the house. At first, it looked like just a little white light bobbing along the tree lines. Then a second white light either came up from behind it, above it, or come out of the first one and like morphed and split off. And then a little red bead looked like a marble or just a bead shot straight up, like a flare in reverse, going up instead of down.
That's
And
interesting.
here about 3 or 4 nights ago, me and my mom saw this, so I know it was really there. There's an orange light out in the woods, looked almost like a torch or a flame, same way, about treetop level, and perfectly stationary in an area where there's no house lights, nothing. And we looked back later and it was gone. So that's 2 different occasions we've had strange lights in the woods or right above them out here in the last 2 or 3 months. There's BC back.
Thank you. Yeah. Sorry about that, but yeah, down window. I sent you 2 photographs. The first one was the one Larry took, and he was off to my right about 4 or 5 feet. And then the color one is the one I took. So you've got 2 pictures there to work with.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait to put this over on my laptop. I'm seeing it on my phone right now.
I can say, to do anything, I'll have to do like Dale, but I can show it on here right now just as it is, and we'll be able to see it. And then maybe later we can. I say I can if I remember how to do this. Share screen.
I think I've sent this one to you as well, Barry.
The dog man video?
No. The picture that I took here about 1.5 years ago down at the wildlife management area. If I haven't, I can send it again. No problem.
Right.
Yeah, we had a big old log thrown at us that day, Barry.
It come flying through the air. It's 4.5, maybe 5 feet long, and probably 4 to 6 inches through. And
does anybody know a guy named Jay Burrows?
Jay Burrows, yeah.
He's in the comments over here.
Yeah.
Says, hey, guys.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
I remember this one now.
Yeah, I didn't even see that.
That's
team member.
That's Larry's.
Hey guys, I'm about to walk up on my camp, and it's right across the bathroom here. There's like probably 15, 20 side by sides out here, and they're all loud. I'm going to put it on mute. If I don't say much throughout the rest of the podcast, it's because they're just being loud. Okay, so I'll try though. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going mute because I'm about, I don't know, right outside of the campsite. So.
I ain't got any way to make that any bigger, guys, but you can see that what BC's talking about here is that white image. It looks like a head looking at us. And in the other one to the right, there's that what we originally saw was a Bigfoot that's standing there looking around a tree.
Yep. And to the left, our left, to the, I'll call it an alien. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but you can see something else bipedal walking, or at least something bipedal.
So we, like I said, we never figured out exactly, but we did go there and investigate. Time we got there, it was gone. It was nothing there that would resemble that. So, and like Dale said, it was the same day we'd followed a trail down to there and actually had a log thrown in on it, and it was going whoo, 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 whoo. It didn't like it fell out of a tree. It was whoo, 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 in and hit a before some of us. So that was definitely an interesting day.
Yeah, and we heard those whoops and wood knocks, I think, from our 9 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and maybe 2:30 positions, and everything went dead quiet, except for that one locust or whatever that was closest to us, but everything, birds and insects, all went dead quiet.
Right. There it's a little bit more. Now you can see the Bigfoot head there against the tree as it's looking around. Looks where my cursor is. There's a face here and shoulder and all that as it looks around the tree here.
Yeah, that's the one I took, and it's, I think, about up to the roughly the 10 o'clock position of the entity there in the middle. You can see that face that I'm talking about. It's got its mouth open, whatever it is.
Right.
And now, Wendell, you and I saw that stand up, did we not? I know I saw it. I think. Yeah. And we didn't see any legs. It looked like it may have had some sort of clothing, a skirt.
It was all one color. That
right.
It got taller. We'd say stand up, but I don't know what, but it definitely got taller.
Yeah.
You couldn't see the legs, just more shape.
Right. Didn't we guess it was like 6.5, 7 feet tall? Something like, I mean, just our best guess. Mm-hmm. Our best guesstimate.
And then that log come flying in, and then the next thing we know, it was all gone. So that was kind of like a distraction or whatever was there to get out of there.
And then Dale was trying to sneak around, trying to outflank them. Yep. And I think me and you, and I think Larry, we're all just standing there, like, what in the world, because I don't think any of us expected to see anything, maybe some footprints, maybe some arches, stuff like that. But, you kind of walked up on like a business meeting or something, especially that time of day.
Yep.
Well, when that was all going on, I was actually seeing I kept seeing movement down there toward the south of us, and it looked like a tree peeker down in there, and I was trying to stay hidden along the trees there and kind of peek through, and about the time I dug my binoculars out so I could get a good look at it, it just like whoop, went away. I was like, son of a gun, I know he was watching. Never could get a clear look at him, but I could see him coming in and out behind the trees. You know how they do, and so I knew one was back there somewhere, and I just never could get a good look at him. But he was
there were several somethings in there that day.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the people that normally have activity around their house have been telling me it's been really quiet. So I don't know if they've moved up to the hills or if they moved deeper in the woods. I really don't know. But Larry, getting back to Larry, I know he does tell me that on occasion he hears strange sounds coming from the railroad tracks, which I think is one of their travel ways.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Did you ever get the chance to talk to that one lady who mentioned railroad tracks? Reminded me if she was still having activity there.
Yeah, and she said it's been quiet. I'll get back hold of her, and because it's been a few weeks since I messaged her, but I'll do that again, just to ask her if anything else has been going on lately.
Well, yeah, it's that time of year. They're moving around to different food sources and everything, and some areas are quiet, and some's getting activity. It's like me and Dale and Jay. Speaking of Jay, went to an area. What was it? 2 weeks ago, Dale?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
2 weeks ago, over here at Jerusalem. It's by the Cleveland National Forest where two turkey had a encounter, and when we went there, we went up. I wish we could went all the way up that road and over that hill. Now that since we heard all the noise we heard and everything, but uh, we was in my little Toyota SUV, and it was just all it could do to get up through all that stuff without. So we turned around and come back down. They got a little reservoir there, and we went out, hiked in to where these two turkey hunters had their encounter. One of them, the guys, he said that it was a bear. It had to be a bear, but it was up on all fours. He said, you've seen them bears do that. They just walk on two legs. I said, yeah. The other guys were saying, he goes, it wasn't no bear. Why don't you just say it was a Sasquatch? And I'm like, well, it's hard for anybody to get there. And he said, no, they ain't none of them. But anyway, it was enough activity that both of them left from their turkey hunting, and they called me. So it was like a week and a half later after turkey season that me and Dale and Jay went in there, and it's definitely a wilderness area. It's a good road into part of it, but where we hiked into was behind what would be the dam part, and hadn't really seen a lot of activity till we got right there, and it's secluded down in there. Nobody goes down on the backside of the dam. There's a spillway there, but it's a perfect place if you think about it, because there's no activity. There's a place to have food. It's right over the hill to it's like 400 acres of private property that nobody goes on, and we started seeing activity and signs, and you got anything you want to comment about that, Dale?
Well, it's we got up in there, and the terrain changed pretty quickly up there toward where they had their sightings. I went ahead and hiked up through there and climbed that hill, and even with the sound of the water and everything else, I kept hearing a couple of whoops from way over kind of northeast of me, and I got up in there a little ways, and I didn't. I was all by myself up there at the time, so I didn't want to go toward the whoops. But anyway, I came on back down, and lucky thing y'all didn't go up there, because I was covered in ticks when I got home.
That's what
and they must have been up on that hill. Boy, they were tough.
Me and Jay wore the wrong shoes. We need to get some boots like Dale got. It's got good grips and everything. That hill was not as steep as Dale's mountain, but it was slick because it rained.
Yeah, real slick.
Before. So it was me and Jay both face planted into the side of the hill, and we said, "No, that's as far as we're going."
I'll tell you what, anybody that's looking for some good boots to hike in, them's the one. And they are nice. Like walking on a cloud all day long.
And we're going to do some more preliminary investigations over there during this summer, and we're looking at having an investigation there in like the second weekend of September. I don't know what everybody else's schedule is or anything, but that's what we're looking at. And depending on what we find, and the not so perfect Bigfoot group is going to schedule their vacation and come down whichever area. I told them it'd either be there or sometime in the spring at the area too. If we have one there, it would be their best choices. So it's 4 of them, and they're coming all the way down. Hey, I didn't think about that. They're from Ohio, I think. Maybe that guy is one from Ohio.
Okay.
So I'll message him back here in a little bit and see. All right, Harry, what's your mom said y'all had a little bit of activity and everything. So what you want to talk anything about that?
Like she said, we've had a few whoops, few knocks, found a couple prints. Just now, the back light there was on. And like last time I was talking to y'all when it started doing that. Who knows what I might find when I go out there in the morning. Good thing about it, the ground's good and soaked. If there's anything out there, it doesn't leave tracks.
Should leave tracks. Be sure to get us a picture and send it, and we'll post everything.
I think I sent you the last ones I found.
Yeah, them were definitely some good print.
Yeah.
Anybody else got the activity or anything they want to bring up or anything like that? Anybody got any questions? Be sure to send them in. We ain't had no questions tonight.
I don't know if y'all guys covered this while I was disconnected or not, but any of you guys do any experiments or have any kind of activities or anything like that?
What was that, Neil?
I was asking if anybody did any kind of experiments or had any kind of encounters.
You just fade out. I hear you at the start, and then you just fade out.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I was asking if anyone did any kind of experiment or did any kind or had any kind of activity during the eclipse.
Oh, during the eclipse, did anybody have any activity or experiment?
Yes.
I just put out some recorders, but I down here by the Cattern, but I didn't get nothing.
Yeah, well, I actually had the video of the rocks being thrown at me. I actually went back to that same location to see if anything would happen. Whenever I got there, there was already two guys there, and they were waiting. They didn't say anything about Sasquatch or nothing like that, but that those two rocks that are across the road from where the rocks were thrown at me from, they were hanging around that just like I was interested in that. But while we were all there, I did tell them that I had a Sasquatch encounter there. And probably about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes later, you could hear trees being crashed around for a second or two up there on that bluff, but not on the bluff, but back off the bluff where we couldn't see nothing, but we could definitely hear it. And they come over to me and asked me if I heard it. And of course I did. I was close to it when they were. So as soon as the eclipse was done, they got out of there. So, but so as far as any kind of activity I had to report during the eclipse, that's all I have. I just heard the trees crashing around. So.
Right. I'm sure that I don't know that Squatch or Sasquatch would know that the eclipse was coming, but while it's going on, they definitely, just like us, was wondering, wow.
Yeah.
When we get off the air, Neil, don't leave right quick. There's something I talked to Dale beforehand and Barry about it, but I need to talk to you off camera. And just something strange that happened that I just want your thoughts about it.
Okay, that's not a problem. Okay, not a problem at all.
All right, we finally got a question. It's from the internet, Dale. It says, what area would you say that a beginner squatcher needs to start looking in around in Arkansas? What general areas for a beginner squatch, or anywhere pretty much, somewhere somewhat safe. Especially if you're doing it by yourself. I mean, I would suggest hooking up with a group. There's several in the state that seems pretty good. We go out all around. If you're want to message me, and I can give you some of these groups or hook you up with either BC or Neil.
Yeah, we don't charge for anyone
Yeah.
to go with us, so that's definitely something that if you're looking to be, trying to save some money doing this. We don't charge to go out and have these encounters. Or not really having encounters, but
That's
Yeah.
one thing. It's
going
hard
to these
enough to
areas.
get out and do stuff and and be able
Yeah,
to.
it is. I mean, it's hard for everybody right now. It's a blessing just to be able to get out of the house, So
That's
But,
something too. The July 13th and 14th. Other than what you bring to eat on yourself, and if we have a meal that is kind of like a potluck meal that everybody, if they want to cook something, they can, and everybody eat. But you don't have to. You can bring your own food stuff. And other than paying for your campsite, that's it. I mean, it's just whatever you want to bring. We don't charge you a fee for being there.
and I just want to say to that question there a while ago, I posted this on Cartel here a while back, but it's bigfootmap.com.
Oh,
And
yeah, I've seen that.
You can pull up any place in the United States and you can see the hot spots. So if you want a hot spot to go to, that'd be the way you could find it real quick.
That's a good suggestion there, Dale. I forgot about that. Oh. Well, we're almost down to our hour. We're like 3 minutes. So, any final comments, and then we'll start our exit and telling everybody our final goodbyes for this week or for this month. Anybody got anything they want to bring up right quick?
Yeah, I'll go down there when I go down to Tallahena. I'll try to take some pictures and as much video as I can. Now that I got a new phone, I can actually do that kind of stuff. Maybe even take my camera. But I'll try to keep y'all all informed on what all went on down there, and probably get enough information I can talk about it a little bit when we come back.
Awesome. That'd be great. Anything else? All right, we'll start with, you got something, Barry?
If there's anybody in the central Kentucky area, Harrison, Bourbon, Scott, Grant, Pendleton, Robertson County, if you got any stories, I'm the guy. I put my phone number out there on Facebook. Call me with your stories. I'm trying to get enough together to start a book.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Cool.
Anything final you want to say, BC?
Well, nothing other than if I hear something or if I'm told something, I see something, I'll let y'all know. And I'm looking forward to whatever y'all can find in those pictures.
Awesome.
Oh,
yeah.
The one you said was mouth open. Did you say it's to the upper left?
Yeah, it'd be like the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock position of the entity there in the middle.
Okay. All right.
And same way, if he got any, he done plugged it earlier, but BC, his sightings area in Northeast Arkansas, contact him. It's BC Davis. Also, you can message him and anything. If he needs any help or anything, we can contact us. All right, Neil, any final words?
Hoping that we bring in a lot of people in July. The more the merrier. Bring your kids, bring your bicycles, bring some floaties, bring swimming trunks. Everybody stay safe out there. Don't get too hot. Temperatures are starting to get kind of crazy again. So everybody just stay hydrated and don't overdo yourselves out there. Be safe.
All right, I'll go ahead and say we'll see you next time on the Seekers podcast in June. It'll be somewhere around the 23rd. We always said it, and just until then, I'll see y'all later. Y'all, God bless. All right, Barry, we'll just go around the circle and everybody tell them their byes.
God bless everybody. If you need help, get help. I'm done.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your prayers. Oh, bye. Well, y'all know what. I'm sorry, guys.
All right.
It's okay, Dale.
We're family here. It's all right.
Yeah,
Everybody goes through rough times. That's what we're here for. You know that. You get us
Lost
right.
somebody.
Stick together.
Lost somebody here just recently that went to grade school with and known him for a long time. Known his family, and I know there's a lot of people out there, but I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you too, Dale.
Yeah.
Well, God bless, and y'all take care. And of course, we'll be in contact as always.
You take care, BC.
Yeah, y'all too.
Everybody have a good night. See you guys in the month. Talk to y'all guys later.
All right.
We're all here for you, Barry. Anytime.
Everybody.
Yeah.
enjoy.
Anytime
You
you
bet.
want to talk, Barry, just contact me, man. I'll talk.
I appreciate it.
Same here, Barry.
I appreciate
God
it,
bless
guys.
everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next month. And check all of our pages, and if we have anything during the month, we'll post it. See y'all then.
Take care.